welcome to the UAE Diaries part 3 of, I believe, 6. Today we head to Abu Dhabi. There we're going to be seeing two people, Michelle Kelly and Sharifa. Sharifa will be for tomorrow, Michelle Kelly is today. Now I'm here in part because of a patron, Megan Miller. She helps make this trip possible, so if you haven't already checked into her, she's doing a peak training here, separate. I'm here to document and share as much as we can about this beautiful country and the behavior analysis that's going on here. So yesterday was the first video. We talked about the prevalence of expats in this country, 85 to 90%. The first day that was with NEPA. Part 2 was with an expat, Nicholas Orwin. If you haven't already checked that out, the link's up here. And part 3 today is with Michelle from the academia perspective. Now, just a quick reminder, my goal here is to do the best I can with the time and resources that we have to make this happen. So these are some of the players that are here in UAE talking about behavior analysis, ABA, and pushing it in different avenues, but there's a lot of people out there. So make sure that you chime in the comments below. Let us know what it is that you're doing. I'd love, and hopefully part 2 someday when I come back here to document even more and share other people's stories. Alright, so we've talked about how there's a strong influence of expats here, 85-90%, right? And I am here with Michelle Kelly. She is one, I would assume, off the accent.
I am Irish, yes.
Yes. So, can you tell us a little bit about how you got here and that quick journey into the UAE?
Yeah, it's not a quick journey.
Yeah, that's why I kind of paused there for a second. I was like, it probably wasn't quick, but what was it?
Well, I guess I have to start with my journey into how I found ABA.
Yeah.
So I graduated with a bachelor's degree in psychology, and when you graduate with a bachelor's degree in psychology, you don't really know what you're going to do. So I decided to go traveling, went to Africa, did some teaching, loved it, ended up getting my TEFL, my teaching English as a foreign language diploma. Okay. Ended up teaching English in Seoul in South Korea and in Barcelona in Spain, and did various other traveling. Traveled all over the world basically. Cool. Decided I needed to specialize in psychology, loved teaching, was interested by how to become more expert in behavior management, so that's how I found behavior analysis.
Okay, awesome. And then how the connection in the UAE?
Okay, so then I returned to Galway, so I started my master's in ABA in the National University of Ireland, Galway, transferred to the structured PhD program, submitted my PhD thesis, and the very next day moved to Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Because I wanted a job in academia, I wanted experience lecturing, and it's very hard being a newly graduated PhD holder in behavior analysis. Yeah. And I was up for an adventure. Moved to Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, where I was a lecturer in Dar Al Hekma University on a BCBA course sequence, the only one at that time in Saudi. Was there for 2 years, and then they decided to set up a course here in Abu Dhabi in the UAE, and they reached out to me. So
that was how you ended up here. So now what's your day-to-day like? A little bit of description of what you're doing with the program.
Okay, so I'm an assistant professor in the Emirates College for Advanced Education, which is a teacher training college. So at the moment I'm teaching at the undergrad level. So we have a BACB verified course sequence. However, our bachelor's program is actually being phased out at the moment. So as it currently stands, I'm the coordinator and main lecturer for the 4 courses in the sequence. So I'm teaching UAE national students, so only Emirati students who are going to become mainstream teachers. This is being phased out, but we are very excited that we just submitted a proposal for a postgraduate diploma in ABA and a master's in ABA, which will be the only verified course sequence at the graduate level in the UAE.
Okay, fantastic.
Hoping to start that next year,
Yeah, awesome.
inshallah.
So what are a couple other questions? Like, what is some of the pain points maybe that you've experienced here in the UAE that are a little maybe specific to here?
Like challenges?
Yeah, challenges with just the behavioral scene out here.
Well, I'm in academia, so the biggest challenge I've had since moving to the Middle East is the level of English. It's very, you certainly learn to be very creative in how you teach ABA, because as we all know, ABA is like a second language to English. So you're teaching them English, you're teaching them ABA, and like then of course they also need to learn it in Arabic. So it's almost like trilingual here with these. So in class, it's very different how I would teach behavior analytics students here than I would in Ireland or America or elsewhere. You have to do a lot of very hands-on role plays, a lot of examples. I do encourage them to break after a few minutes and do discuss it in Arabic, because what I don't want is my students to be fluent talking about ABA in English, but then not be able to use their mother tongue when they're speaking to Arabic speaking parents. So it's really important. Like one telltale sign on that is that the BACB is now creating the tests in Arabic as of 2019, but all of my students still say that they'll sit the exam in English. They don't feel comfortable in that translation. So it's really about getting them more fluent in Arabic, and I don't speak Arabic. So that's obviously a challenge as an academic. But so that would be the biggest challenge. But it's also, it makes me be a better academic because I need to be more creative and innovative in my teaching strategies in class. So there's a lot of ASR, there's a lot of corresponding, a lot of use of response cards. We use SAFMEDs, everything to build up that fluency, because not only are they struggling with ABA slang, if you will, but they're also struggling with the fact that English is their second language.
Yeah, and it's International Day at the university here, so we did not get a chance to swing into there, unfortunately. Wish
Next
could
time.
have. Yes.
Next time.
Okay, last thing. You already mentioned like you're rolling out this whole new program. Is there anything else that you're super excited about when it comes to the UAE behavior analysis?
Yeah, I mean, it's really about dissemination here. One thing I really loved about coming to the Middle East is that in Ireland we were fighting a lot of misconceptions, and it's really hard. People have already got their minds made up about what ABA is and what it is not. But here a lot of people just don't know what it is. So you're starting afresh. So I almost find it's easier, if you will, because it's obviously there's a big responsibility for us to lay the foundations and to lay the foundations well. So I love that we have Emirati students for that sustainability, because we want them to become behavior analysts. We want them to be setting up centers and running great evidence-based practice. So dissemination is key. It's absolutely key. And I think, you know, we have made efforts in terms of translating seminal behavior analytic literature into Arabic. Like when I was in Saudi, I was lucky enough to be awarded the SABA International Development Grant. So we translated the ethics code and we translated the task list. So we're getting there. But I think that's really, and now with social media and with the likes of yourself, that's where we need to be, I think, in order to disseminate. And one thing that we've done in my college at ECAE is my students, supervised by me, they developed the first Arabic website that just talks about ABA and autism. So it's autismmiddleeast.com. So that was a great initiative. We also have the Facebook page, ABA Middle East. We have over 5,000 members. So really it's about getting the word out. And really, I think one of the big challenges we have here in the Middle East is that ABA is very much restricted to autism right now. So we need to move beyond that.
Fantastic.
Wasn't there a big thing that you just posted about on ABA Middle East? Some sort of grant or something recognizing, was it adult work? Something you are in the running for? It was for ECAE.
Correct. Yeah, so we're up for this award, a community-based award. So we're doing this joint collaborative work with the Mohammed bin Rashid Center for Special Education, which is operated by NEC. And it's where we offer vocational teenage students the opportunity to work as part of an internship in the copy center and the library in our university setting. So it's giving those students a chance to apply and generalize those skills that they're learning into the center into a real life situation. And what's beautiful about this internship program is that, of course, it's beneficial to the vocational students, but it's also so beneficial for our students and for the staff and for the faculty to see these guys, you know, walking around and working hard and getting their jobs done. So it's a really lovely, inclusive initiative, and that's the award we're up for. So it's Best Inclusion Initiative.
Super cool. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it
welcome.
so much. I'll link the Facebook groups that you mentioned.
Please.
We'll do all that. Another shout out to Megan here,
Hello.
helping out on the second camera. It's crucial. And I think that's all right. That's what we have in store. If you're into this, this is where you go to subscribe. This is the one that's most recent. This is the one that YouTube says is most interesting based on the package. So catch you all tomorrow.